the land below the wind. Dawn in the tropical highland region of Kundasang that nestles beneath the summit of Mount Kinabalu. At 4,100 meters, this is the highest point in Southeast Asia. It has an aura of greatness, of mystery, and inspiration. It is, so the legend says, the resting place of the dead. Below its towering peaks, at between 12 and 1,500 meters, hill people struggle to make a living on the only land available, carved out of the mountain itself. Theirs is a traditional farming method based on a shifting cultivation pattern. The work is hard. The rewards are poor. And for many, if they continue their present system, the land that keeps them alive will die because of erosion. It's a problem that Bobby Tee, the region's agricultural advisor, is well aware of.
This was once a beautiful tropical forest, but the farmers cut the trees down so that they can practice agriculture. But their system of agriculture consists of growing annual crops. And with each cultivation of this soil, the soil will be washed away. As they harvest this onion, for example, the soil will come up. And with rain, more of these boulders will be exposed. In time to come, most of this place will be useless for agriculture.
And if that was to happen, the results would be catastrophic. But Tee, a doctor in genetics, has come up with a brilliant, simple remedy that not only cures the problems of erosion, but also increases the peasant's earnings: asparagus.
Asparagus is a perennial vegetable. Once it is cultivated, it remains there for 10, 20, or even 25 years. And under this type of terrace cultivation on very steep slopes, the root system, together with the permanency of the crop, will serve as a very good system of soil conservation in this region.
Tee first introduced the crop on a model farm in 1981. It was an immediate success. Within 9 months of planting, marketable spears were produced.
I realized that the climatic condition in this Kundasang highland is most ideal for the growth of asparagus. I describe the climate here as perpetual spring, and this is the type of climate in which we get a very good growth of asparagus.
Through scientific study, Tee's found that by leaving the original growth untouched for 8 months, it will, after cutting back, produce commercially viable spears every 4 days. An obvious advantage over the more conventional crops.
In this cabbage farm, it will take him 3 months from the time he sowed to the time he could harvest the crop. Whereas in asparagus, once he plants it under this Malaysian condition in the highlands, he can harvest the asparagus continuously. So on this basis, he would get his income continuously all the year round, rather than in stages of every 3 months.
Another benefit that asparagus has over most vegetables, it's disease-free.
One of the biggest problems of growing cabbages here is the problem of diseases. The plants have suffered from, as I notice from the plants here, problems of fungus disease, snails eating the leaves, and these are the main problem during the rainy season. They cannot use weedicide because it would have killed the cabbage too, but with sufficient manpower to do weeding, I think he'll get a good crop.
But at market, he'll get a poor return. A cabbage, for instance, sells at $1.40 Malaysian. Tomatoes are $2 per kilo. And Chinese cabbage only $1.20. Meager returns for the effort involved. Asparagus sells at a minimum of $16 per kilo. Although asparagus won't replace those vegetables which form their basic diet, it's clear that many local farmers could improve their lifestyle if they grew it. The better educated are already convinced. But Dr. Tee's difficulty is how to convert the peasants.
These people are traditional farmers. They are used to their ways of life in the traditional way of cultivation, using annual crops year in and year out.
most of them are illiterate, and it's going to be very difficult to convince them the benefits of growing asparagus. It'll take time and probably patience to teach them the technique of asparagus cultivation, and also to show them that there is greater potential in the cultivation of asparagus rather than their traditional system of agriculture.
And if they can be persuaded, there'll be other advantages too.
The benefits will be tremendous because together with the production of asparagus, we will have other ancillary type of employment in terms of packaging, transportation, and marketing itself of the asparagus. This would be the ultimate objective to improve the standard of living of the people.
The eventual aim is to produce sufficient amounts to supply major cities in the Far East. But Dr. Tee's research could have wider implications because with his award, he intends to study other locations around the world for asparagus farming and then publish a book on his findings.
This book would explain to the people how to manage, to handle, and to produce quality asparagus in this mountain region. And with the technology that we have developed here, perhaps other parts of the world could follow us in the development of asparagus to produce high market value vegetable and also as a soil conservation.